Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Lovely to have you here. So today our reading is on what is going to be happening for you in November, what are your predictions for November, career and finances, love and relationships. So let's get straight to our three piles. I'm going to be using the runes here today. I've got some rune cards. So the first group is the rune of Dagaz, or it's called Dagaz, or Dagaz. There we go, with the white calcite and this little charm, beautiful little charm of this little fairy sitting on a little moon there, a little crescent moon. Okay, pile number 2 is Fehu, the rune of Fehu. There we go, with this little green stone and the little charm, which is a lion. I don't know if you can see that there, it's a lion there. Okay, and then pile number 3 is the rune of Thurisaz. Okay, with the carnelian stone and the little charm, the little dog charm here. Okay, so those are your 3 piles. You know, as I always say, use your intuition, go for the one that feels right. And I'll see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number 1, welcome to this reading of November predictions. Really excited about this reading. So we're going to be looking, aren't we, at, you know, what is coming up for you in November in terms of your career and finances, and also in terms of love and relationships generally. So we're looking at some oracle cards here, pre-shuffled oracle cards, and your main significator, your significant card, so for the general energy of the month all over. Now you come into the reading under the rune of Dagaz, or Dagaz, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's actually represented by a butterfly. If it's got the cocoon, so you know we're being shown the whole process of transformation. Also these are little cherry blossom, which, you know, reminds me of spring, new birth, new growth, you know, a new cycle, something new beginning. So I feel like it is going to be a bit of a transformative time for you. You've also got the calcite, and of course calcite is all about again often transforming negative energy for release and renewal. You know, it's great for aligning your chakras, keeping you balanced, getting rid of toxicity, and it also kind of is there to remind you that there's always a new beginning. You know, you just have to decide when to start. So I feel like something is beginning, something new is emerging, there's some transformation going on, maybe from a period of stuckness, and maybe with this showing this cocoon as well, I'm just wondering if maybe you've been hanging, you've been stuck, you've been in hibernation, you've not a lot's been happening, but there's been a lot going on behind the scenes spiritually to move you on, to move you forward. And now in November, you're going to be reaping that. You're going to be reaping that sort of feeling of change, movement, transformation, all for the better. I mean, you know, because obviously from the cocoon, the caterpillar in the cocoon, and then this beautiful butterfly, it's like a beautiful transformation, isn't it? So let's see what else we've got. So we've also got, oh well, there you go, look, 7, celebrate growth and breakthroughs. Exactly, I feel like you're going to be, you know, you might have been, it might have been a stuck. You might have been felt a little bit like you're in limbo, or it's stuck, or something like that. So I'm going to put that there actually. Limbo or stuck, or, you know, and now you're breaking through, it's time to celebrate, something's happening for you. I mean, this is reminding me of Carnival and Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. I don't know if some of you from Brazil, or if you're thinking about, this is a very specific message, whether some of you have been thinking about going to Brazil, you are in Brazil, but it's just a very celebratory card as well. So I feel like you're going to feeling like November is going to be a very happy time for you, celebratory time for you, a time where you're going to be having some fun. I feel like there's some fun here going on for you in November. Let's see, you've also got, oh gosh, marriage. So what does marriage, I mean, marriage signifies obviously a relationship, a committed relationship. So maybe some of you, just for some of you, let's see, could be taking a relationship to the next level. It doesn't have to be marriage, but it could. I mean, it could be marriage for some of you. It could be quite specific there. There could actually be a marriage proposal. You could actually be getting married, or maybe a sense of commitment. If it's not in relationships, it could be in work. You know, there's a greater sense of commitment in work, or maybe a partnership, some kind of partnership coming up for you in November. That is going to have a lot of longevity to it. That's going to be stable and secure. Because marriage is, you know, ideally is about stability, security, as well as love, isn't it? About two people committing to each other and moving forward in life. But if you're not interested in that, in terms of, you know, that kind of, you know, you're more interested in other things in your life, it just signifies, I think, something coming in. There's maybe a good partnership, or where you're going to commit to something, or where you're going to be happy. I just noticed there's a lot of flowers in your reading. You've got all these flowers. Again, they're cherry blossom, aren't they? They look like they're cherry blossom, a bit like these ones. So again, it makes me think of new, you know, it's a great time for things beginning again, renewal, rebirth, starting over, a new cycle. I feel like November is the beginning of a new cycle from you, where things may have been a bit stagnant up until that time, but you have this beautiful little charm, which is this little fairy sitting on a crescent moon with a little star on her back. So it makes me feel like as well that there might be a lot of dreams coming true, a lot of wishes coming true. You might be doing a lot of wishing, praying and hoping in this month as well. But I feel like a lot of your, you know, a lot of things that you have been wishing and hoping for are coming through for you in November. And also there's a little bit of magic. I feel like there's a lot of magic in your cards, a lot of happiness, a lot of things coming true, a lot of things coming to fruition from a period maybe of stagnancy or difficulty possibly. But anyway, let's put that there so we can see it. Right, so those are just our general oracle cards for the month ahead. But let's now focus on career and finances. And as I do this, I just want to remind you that it is a general reading. You know, so just take the messages that feel right, that resonate with you, that don't feel right. Hopefully the whole reading will, but if it doesn't, you can always pick another part or another reading. And I just want to thank you for all your support. Thank you so much for checking in, tuning into my channel, giving me all your lovely comments and likes and all of that. I really appreciate it. But let's actually, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to get an oracle card for career and finances. So what's going on for pile number 1 in the area of career and finances in November for them? What is going on for pile number 1 in the area of career and finances? Pile number 1 in November. Be insightful and established. Oh, sorry. Be insightful and established. So ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into the now, rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. So this is about, in your career and finances, being in the moment, being focused on what you're doing. Don't allow yourself to be dragged into doubts or whatever you might have had in the past. Don't look too far ahead of the future. Just focus on what's going on now. And, you know, that will hopefully lead to success. But let's see. So it's about being mindful of the moment. Don't get dragged into stuff that's gone on before. Don't allow yourself to get into old patterns or doubts or fears. And don't get ahead of yourself as well. Just focus on the here and now. But let's get something else here. What is going to be happening for part number 1 for finances and career in the month of November? What is going to be happening for them? See what we've got here. B. Well, B is, I think you're going to be working hard. I think November is going to be a time for you to be working hard, because the B is the, you know, when we see the B, it's like the worker bee, isn't it? So in its productivity, the B and pomegranate. Pomegranates remind me of fertility, so I feel like it's going to be a fruitful time for you in work and career, I think. But it's almost like you need to get your head down and focus on what needs to be done. And it could be that some of you are working in a team or working with other people, because bees are all about the hive, aren't they? Working together for the good of the hive. So it feels like to me like you could be involved in some teamwork, but there's going to be a lot happening, and it's going to be a very fruitful and productive time for you in November in terms of career. But it's going to be, you're going to be working. It's going to be a hard, you're going to be working hard in the month of November. And also then maybe there is a message for you to get your head down in November, and to start working towards those dreams, those wishes, those plans, those future dreams and wishes and plans that you want to put into place. November is when you need to get your head down and start working very hard. That could be the message as well. But let's get our tarot. What is going to be happening for pile number 1 in terms of work, career and finances? What is going to be happening for pile number 1 in November in terms of career and finances? So we have, the 4 of Wands, we have the 2 of Swords, we have the 9 of Cups, we have the 8 of Pentacles, one more, and we have the Hierophant. Well, that's interesting because the Hierophant is all about commitment. And at the bottom we have the Empress. Okay, so I feel like November's going to be great for you in terms of work and career. But I feel like with the 2 of Swords coming up here, and you've got this 2 of Swords here, with this woman relaxing, haven't we? Just completely relaxing, meditating. I feel like it's also just of what I'm just thinking just of what I was saying before in the B card, of working really hard, getting your head down, getting on with it, but not forgetting that you need to also balance yourself out. So don't forget to do self-care. Don't forget to look after yourself. So as you're working hard, which you need to be doing, you need to also be remembering to look after yourself. I mean, this woman is actually meditating, so if some of you meditate, or you have a quiet space, or you have some sort of ritual or something that you do to calm you down, to relax. So it could be that there's a bit of stress going on for you, and that with all this kind of, I feel like there's going to be a lot going on. So I feel like maybe this is kind of like a message for you to just sort of relax, to chill, to take the time to look after yourself in what is going to be a very productive time for you. Now it looks to me like, again, it goes very much with these cards, it's going to be there's going to be celebration here. The 4 of Wands is about a celebration, but it's also about commitment. So you've got the 4 of Wands and the Hierophant. I feel like in November, in terms of your work career, you're going to be really committing to something. So maybe it's a new job with the Dagaz, the transformation. Maybe it's a new element, a new promotion, something. I feel like something, because there's a period of an element of celebration here as well. That something might be offered to you, which will transform your situation, which will transform how you are feeling. You're going to be mastering something as well, because the 8 of Pentacles is actually a work card, and this shows mastery. So I feel like you're going to be mastering, maybe adding to your skills, maybe becoming more experienced at what you do, maybe really focusing in on the skills that you need to move yourself forward, because this is about mastery, as I said, and moving towards that feeling of becoming a master at something. You've not quite got it in November, but you're moving towards that very much, and it's really a time of growth, because the Empress is all about abundance. I feel like you're going to be abundant in your career. It may not be that you are seeing the financial rewards, particularly in November, because there's not a lot of Queens here, there's not a lot of Pentacles, but I feel like it's a lot of time of you feeling really happy with what you're doing, feeling really good about what you're doing, feeling like it's a time to celebrate, and it's linked to transforming, maybe taking you out of something stagnant. So if you haven't had a job, maybe you're going to be getting that job. Maybe it's because 9 of Cups centering is like wishes coming true, which we had here in the little charm, dreams coming true, and I feel like there's a lot of celebration here. So maybe you're getting news, or you're getting a promotion, you're getting a new job, you're developing your job, it's making you feel good. You are happy, you are really, really happy here. You're taking the time to look after yourself as well as work very, very, very hard. Now the Hierophant, again, as I said, it's about commitment. So there's a lot of commitment here. I feel like you're really, really, really going to put your stamp on something, or want to put your stamp on something in terms of developing something into yourself or going into something. So if it's a new job or a new business or a new strand of a business, you're really going to commit, you're going to give your all to it. And actually what these cards are saying is that you have to do that. You have to give your all to it and enjoy the process. I think that's what it's saying, is really enjoy the process. It feels like it's a very positive month for you. With new opportunities, I feel like new opportunities for some of you are going to be coming in with new jobs or new, like a new something to celebrate. So I can only imagine that would be a new job or a new promotion, or you're setting up a new business, and it's all about building it. It's all about having fun doing it, working really hard, building it. There's a lot of hope. You feel like very hopeful. There's a huge amount of potential for this. Maybe after a period where it has been a little bit with the Two of Swords here, where things have been a little bit up and down. Now, it might be a little bit still like that. There might be moments of that, but you'll be much more relaxed and calm about it in November. You'll feel, much more calm if there have been doubts or fears before. As long as you stay in the moment, don't allow yourself to drag yourself back to doubts and fears that you've maybe had in the past, and don't get ahead of yourself. It's great to dream, isn't it? But I think there's something about these cards about, staying grounded with the worker bee here. Staying grounded, putting the work in, enjoying the moment, celebrating what you've got, going for it, growing it, moving forward, really. Okay. Have we got anything around maybe what this new thing might be for some of you? Any clues on what this thing, specifically on what this new thing might be for some of you? Any specifics? The World. So for some of you, it could involve your career and finance, because I said it, didn't I, with kind of Brazil. I feel like for some of you, this might be travelling. There might be opportunities in work to do with travelling, to do with going abroad, maybe a new job overseas, or you're thinking, or maybe you work for a company that's based overseas, or you are wanting to travel and work, you're wanting to marry the two, travelling and working somehow. But World is also about a sense of completion, and again, starting a new cycle. So it's something that you're starting something that you're starting afresh. So either a new strand to your job, a new business, something new for you. And then again, would you believe it, we've got Death, which is all about change and transformation. So it's definitely something where you're adding either to what you're doing, or you're beginning something new, you're starting something new, you're giving a new job offer, something like that, definitely, or a new business or a new strand to what you're doing. But it looks great. I have to say, it does look great for you in November. Now, I'm just going to mention some astrological signs that I'm seeing here. So Four of Wands, that is Aries. Two of Swords, that is Libran energy. Nine of Cups is Pisces. Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. Hierophant is Taurus, and the Empress is Taurus as well. So some of those astrological signs might mean something to you. Let's have one more charm on your career and finances before we go on to relationships. Let's see, what else coming up for pile number one is career and finances. What have we got here? So we have got the Owl, which is all about wisdom. So maybe there's something for you to, it goes with insight. I think we had insight here, didn't we? Did we have insight here? Yeah, it'd be insightful and established. So it's another, with the Owl here, it's about you. I think it might be about you listening to your intuition. That might be why you got this Two of Swords here. So listen to your intuition, find a space to be quiet and to hear whatever intuitive guidance you might be getting, signs and synchronicities, because that will help you on your way. That will help you in this month. I feel like what it is, it's about moving towards becoming more established. I'm not sure that in November you will be absolutely established, but I see you getting something and building it to become more established. And it relies on your intuition, it relies on you listening to the signs and synchronicities, to being open, that being in the moment, and not allowing yourself to be caught up in doubts and fears from the past or getting too ahead of yourself. But anyway, let's clear these away, and then I'm going to do a reading for you around love and relationships, pile number 1. Okay, so let's get straight into our reading for what's going to be happening for you in November for, love and relationships. So let's get an oracle here. So what is going to be happening for pile number 1 in terms of love and relationships? What is going to be happening for pile number 1 in terms of love and relationships in November? We've got that one, and then let's do this one. So what have we got for pile number 1, please, in terms of love and relationships for November? I think it's that one. So we have courage, card number 30, courage. And we have vitality, beautiful, the fig. Okay. Now, interestingly, this is 32. Now, 32 counts down to 5, and of course 5 is all about change. It goes with this main rune, which is change and transformation. So there may be some changes coming up for you, possibly, something which requires you to have some courage. But anyway, let's see what else we've got. So what is coming up for pile number 1 in love and relationships? What is coming up for pile number 1 in love and relationships in November? So we have the 3 of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Swords, we have the 10 of Cups. Whoa, the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups right next to each other. What do we have for pile number 1 in terms of love and relationships? We have the Knight of Wands. And last but not least, we have the 5 of Swords. I feel like what have we got at the bottom of the deck? The Tower card. Yeah, I feel like it's really interesting, isn't it? Because the Tower is all about very what's the word? I mean, just dramatic change, really. So I feel in terms of your relationships, and it doesn't have to be love relationships, although there might be somebody, that I will read around romance as well, but I feel like something big is going to be occurring in relationships in general in your life in November, because the Tower is about a sudden jolt, a shock, it's the overarching energy, something that shifts and moves, and it reminds me of celebrate growth and breakthroughs. I feel like in this one, though, it's kind of like the Tower in its positive format, because I feel like something new that's going to be quite sudden, maybe unexpected, is about to happen in relationships in your life, and possibly in love relationships. Something really that you're not expecting, a big sort of shift. There might be some highs and lows in the situation, because you've got the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups right next to each other. The 10 of Swords it could be for some of you that there's some kind of renewal, some kind of getting back together with somebody that you thought was dead and buried, because the 10 of Swords often means something that has come to an end. But with the 10 of Swords, there's always light in the 10 of Swords. There's always a rising up. There's always just a little, in the normal ride away, the traditional ride away, there's a little streak of light. So I feel like for some of you, if you have been in separation for somebody, or if you have wanting to get back with them, or I feel like that is going to happen, because you've got the 10 of Cups, which is absolute fulfillment and happiness, right next to it. So it's like a leap from something that felt like it was so dead in the water or so over to something so happy. Or it could be, so that could be for some of you, that you have that getting back with somebody, or it could be that through some kind of breakup of a situation, or some kind of event that happens, some kind of major event, which may lead to a relationship maybe ending, it leads to a huge amount of happiness for you. It's like a release. That can be what's going. So you can read those two situations in both those ways. It's like a release from something that's maybe been keeping you stuck, and that is providing a whole beautiful transformation for you. You are celebrating that because it's a release for you. But for some of you, it's like a getting back together with someone, maybe somebody that you've been committed to. If there's been a breakdown in the situation, a return, if you like, a reconciliation. That is what I see for some of you. I see with the Three of Pentacles, it's definitely a card of collaboration. So I see like the relationships are going to be going on the whole, even though you've got this sort of shock occurring, this major event happening, this major shift. And maybe it's a major shift where things are, you're working together better in your relationships generally. You're collaborating, you're moving in harmony more, and maybe something happens, or something is happening, something major is happening to move you into a situation, because often the Tower is about having to face things that haven't been working. You might have had little clues along the way, but the Tower is like the universe's message to tell you that, look, I've given you lots of clues, I've given you lots of chances, and now something big's happening, so you have to change the way you do things, or change the way you relate. And maybe for some of you that is about being more collaborative. I certainly feel with the vitality, there's a lot of energy in your relationships this month. The Knight of Wands is excitement. So I feel like some of you are going to be very excited if it's a renewal or a reconciliation. But also just if you are, like I say, releasing yourself from something that maybe wasn't working, that maybe was stagnant, where it was kind of like maybe in limbo, and in this month you're deciding to release it, to let it go, and you are blossoming. And the Knight of Wands is about excitement, it's about passion, it's about going for it, it's about looking after number one, it's about thinking, actually, I'm just going to get out there and enjoy myself. I've been tied down too long in a situation, and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to have fun. And it goes with this whole fun image here. If it's for some of you that are releasing yourself from something that has been holding you back. But if it's reconciliation, it's going to lead to an exciting time, definitely. Five of Swords is about winners and losers. It kind of has a winner and loser aspect to it. But I feel it's about you winning. You are winning in relationships this month. You've got the upper hand. You are, this pose is a strong pose. This person has got this angel has got their sword in their hand, and it's very powerful. So I feel like for you, you're going to be feeling powerful. You're going to be feeling like you've got the upper hand in relationships. It's going to be a time of energy. And the courage card is about telling you to to have the courage to, maybe, if it's for some of you that are releasing something that has been holding you back, so that you can blossom, that you can get yourself back in some ways, something like that. Or maybe it's having courage, if it's a reconciliation situation, to have courage to go for this connection through collaborating, through working together, through doing things differently, through having the courage to maybe return to something that has possibly fallen apart. Now, for some of you, it could be that something has fallen apart and it's a reconciliation situation in the month of November. But it is looking like it could also be, there's a lot of, what I'm saying is there's a lot of energy in November. And that, there might be a need for you with the Five of Swords to just protect your energy a little bit, to just look after yourself a little bit, with the vitality here, because it's quite extreme. There's sort of like extremes. Big things are happening with the Tower card in relationships. And with the Fig here, I'm just thinking, just be a little bit mindful of your health. Just look after yourself. Just give yourself a bit of self-care, a bit of self-love. But it's definitely going to be a lot of passion and a lot of, I feel like a lot of fire. There's going to be a lot of fire in your relationships this month. And there could be sort of possibly extremes of highs and lows as you go through the month. But I think on the whole, some major shift is happening that is going to be to your benefit. It's going to be to your advantage, either in the sense of you reconciling with something and collaborating and getting back on track with it, and bringing renewed energy into it, or you are releasing something which has been holding you back, keeping you stuck, not appreciating you, and it's time to celebrate, a new you, if you like, really. But anyway, let's see if we've got any other cards here for you. I'll move that to one side for love and relationships. What's going on for love and relationships? Oh, now this has come out. This was, oh, that's interesting. So this was at the bottom. I picked this up from another deck that I had. And it's on the bottom of these cards. It's come out, so I feel like it's a message for us. Let's see what it is. The Seven of Swords. So yeah, the Seven of Swords, there might be maybe something, I think it's about exactly what I was just saying before. Just be a little bit careful this month, because there might be, the Seven of Swords can be a little bit of a tricky energy. So that's what I'm saying. There might be some highs and lows. There might be a little bit of tricky energy. These mermen have come across these box of swords. They don't really know what they are. They don't realise that they could have either the ability to defend or to wound. So although there's going to be a lot of highs in this month, there's going to be a lot of energy. I feel like the Seven of Swords is just a little bit of a, maybe a warning to you to just take care. To just take care of your energy, to look after your energy in this process, really. Let's see what else we've got. What other messages have we got for pile number 1 for their love and relationships? I mean, that could just be, take care just generally in relationships. Look after your energy. Give yourself support, give yourself time. Be mindful of who you trust, really, just generally in relationships, not necessarily in a romantic relationship, but just generally in relationships, Okay, so let's see what we got here. Afraid. It's time to let go of any insecurities. Now, that would go with the courage. So maybe there's been something, if it's around some sort of reconciliation or you've been held back through fear or whatever, maybe it's with the Knight of Wands, it's about being courageous, taking a step forward, making a move to, maybe to that reconciliation, or maybe that shift, that major shift, which is going to basically be a positive move for you in relationships generally. But it requires courage. It requires letting go of fear. What else have we got? Value your relationship. So maybe that's about you valuing a relationship. If you're actually in a relationship, I feel like this month could be like a lot of ups and downs possibly in this connection, but you will remain together. But maybe there's some big shift that needs to happen, some looking at things with a fresh eye, some collaboration to assist it, to move it forward. Lessons. Love teaches us many lessons. And then we have resolutions. Yeah, so that goes with what I was saying. If you're with someone, you'll work things out. If you're, wanting to reconcile, you'll work things out. And if you're wanting to release something, you'll work things out with the resolutions. Strive for harmonious resolutions. Okay, part number 1, that's been your reading. I hope you liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, the like, everything. That would help the channel. I'd really appreciate that. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 2, welcome to this reading on November predictions. We're looking at what's going to be happening for you in November in terms of career and finances, and also in terms of relationships generally, and maybe love relationships. So you have chosen to come into, I'm using rune cards as your main significator. So you have chosen to come into this Fehu. Now Fehu is the first, I think it's the first rune of the first Et, and it signifies new beginnings, but it's also great for luck and prosperity, and success actually. So that is a great card to come into any reading. It's around financial success, financial prosperity, reducing a reduction of sort of financial issues or financial problems. So I feel like it's a great card just generally to come into for you in November. So I feel like, look at this little squirrel with his holding his nut. I feel like you're really going for something, or you've really got what you want. You're getting what you want. It's a great feeling of victory and success for you in November. So that is your first card. Then you've also got this little green stone. Now, green, interestingly as well, is also, relates to prosperity, because it's it's often related to the colour of money, really. So that's again another indicator of, and also green growth, abundance, that kind of thing. So that's brilliant. You've also got lions. So I feel like you're with it. I feel like with the lion and the squirrel here, even this little squirrel, the lion is the king of the jungle, isn't he? He's the top of the tree. And the squirrel, in many ways, is like a tiny little animal by comparison. But he's in his victory pose. So I feel like this is going to be a great month for you in terms of maybe recognition as well, success, leadership, making your mark, all of that kind of stuff. So I really feel that this is going to be a great month for you generally. So let us see what else we have. I've also shuffled a couple of oracle cards. So let's see what they are. So we have got, occupation. So it could be that this is a month really where you're focusing a lot on work and career. And yet you're working hard. And it's going to, produce results. I feel like it's going to produce results. Plus, master the dance. Now, it could be as well with the occupation, master the dance. I feel like maybe you're maybe learning something as well. You're mastering something that will lead to future success for you. So there's something about mastery here. This is 7 actually, and funnily enough, 44, 3 and 4 is 7, and 44 is 8. So 7 and 8. So there might be something going on in sequence. Maybe something happens, then another thing happens, then another thing happens. So something happens. There is sort of like there's a pattern or a sequence, and when you work out that sequence, or when you notice that sequence, it sort of leads to some sort of success for you or something like that. But I feel like you're going to be working hard. You're definitely going to be working hard. Maybe you haven't received a lot of financial rewards for work in the past, but I feel like this is the start of success, because Fehu is, like I said, a card of new beginning. So it's a new beginning for you in terms of gaining more success, more rewards, really. But there's still a lot to learn, possibly, something like that. But anyway, let us start off by looking at career and finances for you. So I just want to say, just take this opportunity to remind you, it is a general reading, so just take the cards that resonate, take the messages that resonate. Hopefully the whole reading will resonate, but if it doesn't, then just choose another pile or maybe another reading. And also just say thank you so much for coming in and tuning into my channel and listening to my readings. I really do appreciate that. But let's get straight to it. So what is going to be happening? I feel like with a lot of you, it's going to be a month for success, recognition, work, mastering something in work, getting on in work, really. But we will be looking at relationships and love. But anyway, let's see. So what is happening for pile number 2 in terms of career and finances? So I've got one that's just come out there. What one is that? So we have the 8 of Swords. What is going to be happening for part number 2 in career and finances for November? We have the Sun. What's going to be happening? Talk about success. Sun, right under Fehu as well, which is all about prosperity and success. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. We have the 6 of Swords. We have Justice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. What is going to be happening in career and finances for pile number 1? And we have the 8 of Cups. And the overarching energy is the Devil. I feel like what the message is saying here is don't doubt yourself this month in terms of career and finances. Don't doubt your abilities, because the Devil is all about limiting beliefs, limiting behaviours, self-sabotage. It goes a bit with the 8 of Swords as well. But the 8 of Swords is really about feeling stuck, not knowing what way to turn. So maybe you know, what I think in this month it's saying, you know, if you've been doubting yourself in your career, maybe in terms of, you know, your abilities or your, you know, or you've been feeling stuck in something, then now is the time, I feel like now is the time to maybe take that move or make that move, because we've got the Six of Swords, which is moving towards something. It's moving towards the light, really, away from darkness. So if, for example, I'm just trying to think of some scenarios, if, for example, you've been stuck in a situation, which is in a job or something that hasn't been making you feel happy, something that's been stressing you out, don't doubt that you can get yourself out of that, because the devil is like feeling trapped. So maybe you've been feeling trapped in something, maybe you've been feeling caught up in something which is not really right for you or isn't really healthy for you. Don't feel stuck in that. Know, because this is central to your reading, that you can move out of it. So it's with the Queen of Swords here, this month is about making plans, coming up with a strategy, coming up with ideas and ways to get yourself out of something which is not doing it for you anymore, which is trapping you, which is entrapping you, which is making you feel stuck, which isn't moving you towards success, because this month should be about success for you. It should be about prosperity, and maybe it's about, when I said mastering that, maybe it's about having a plan about how you do that with the Queen of Swords here. Because this woman she's sitting here with her piece of paper, isn't she? You know, almost like saying to her friend, and I'm going to do this next, I'm going to do that next, what do you think? So it's about you coming up with a plan, coming up with ideas, and they look happy about how to move into sunshine. And I think that you will do that. I think this month, what you will do, because the Eight of Cups is also about letting something go. Eight of Cups is about moving away. And again, this woman is sitting here with all these books, you know, like she's planning something, like she's moving towards something else. So I feel like, and maybe for some of you, with this woman working on her own, this is an idea about working for yourself. This is an idea about, or taking charge, because this woman looks like she's got her own sort of like seamstress. She just looks like a seamstress. She's working hard, but she's doing it for herself. So I feel like it's something for a lot of you around this month, realising that you don't have to be stuck in something that doesn't fulfill you, that maybe has certain temptations to it, but it's not really going to fulfill you in the long run. It's actually going to, you know, it just makes you feel stuck. It makes you feel trapped. Don't allow yourself to don't limit yourself. Don't feel like you've got to stay in something that isn't right for you, that doesn't, spiritually maybe do something for you. And if it's around maybe working for yourself, and I feel like with a lot of you it might be an idea to work for yourself, or to maybe take that next step whereby you are more appreciated. I feel like there's something about you wanting to feel more appreciated, and this month you're going to do that. You're going to move away from something, and you've got both cards of moving away, and in the middle you've got the Justice card, which is something whereby you'll feel more balanced when you do that. You'll feel more balanced when you move away from something that is not appreciating you. Now it might take a little bit, there might be a little bit of hardship involved in that, because this woman is massaging her feet after just wearing these two very uncomfortable heels. So maybe there's a bit of discomfort to it, to making that shift, to making that move, but it will lead to balance. It will lead to something better for you. So I feel like in many ways it's about you mastering maybe a skill or an ability that you want to maybe have as a career or a profession or something like that. And this is because it will, I think when you do that, it will lead to success for you. And I think the success for you for this month is about acknowledging that. It's about being aware of that. It's about taking steps towards your future occupation, what you actually want to do. And I feel like for many of you that's a shift and a change from something that you might have been stuck in, and it will make you feel happy once you realise that, with the Queen of Swords here, once you realise that actually I don't have to be stuck in this. I don't have to rush. I can take my time, because the Six of Swords is about taking your time to move into calmer waters, into better times. But I need to plan it. So I need to plan it. I need to do all the preparation and planning for that. But I realise this month that I do not have to stay stuck in something that is not appreciating me, that is maybe toxic possibly, is devaluing me, is trying to lure me and tempt me, but with all the wrong things and in all the wrong ways, because it's not right for my soul, it's not right for my spirit. So I feel like, and that will make you feel very happy when you actually, and I feel this month you'll actually realise that you don't have to be stuck in this situation. So I feel like it's a month of realisation for you, a realisation of success. You know, that is your success, that you have realised that you will move forward out of something that isn't right for you. And I feel like with a lot of you, it's around something that could be creative or something that you want to do for yourself, something that is important to you, and you're willing to put in all the hours to kind of do it, really. I feel like as well in these two cards with the Sun and the Queen of Swords, you need to talk out those ideas with friends, family, people that you trust. I feel like that's what's going on here. But once you realise that you don't have to be stuck and you've got plans and you've got ideas, you'll be talking to people, supportive people, about, you know, your ideas of moving away. Yeah, and I think I think that's important for you to do that, because I think these people will help you. They maybe give you ideas, they'll maybe help you cross off the list what isn't right, and then tick the ones that are right, that kind of thing. But you've got a list this month of maybe things that you want to do, or ideas, or how you're going to move forward, definitely. And it might be a bit uncomfortable, because it might be a bit scary, but you are going to start that process off. You're going to master it. You're going to begin to master it. There's something about what you really want to do. But let's get another charm for you for career and finances. And I feel like it could lead, if you follow this idea, it can lead to success and prosperity for you. What have we got here? We've got two. Let's see what they are. So we've got the charm of the cat. Okay, so we've got the cat here. And we've got, so this is like a turtle. So the turtle is about doing things. So maybe there's something about the Six of Swords about doing it slowly, in a slow, steady way. You know, you don't have to rush. For example, if you're in a job that you don't like, that's keeping you trapped, that's keeping you stuck, you don't have to, I'm not in any way suggesting that you just give it up like that. The turtle is about making plans, preparing, doing it in a slow and steady way. That's why you've got the Six of Swords. But this month you'll realise that you don't have to stay stuck in that situation, and that's why you've got the turtle. I feel like with the little cat here, and no, actually this is a fox. I feel like this is a fox. So the fox is about using, the foxes are clever, aren't they? They are clever, they are ingenious, they are resourceful. So I feel like you will, it's all about thinking this month. I feel like you'll be having lots of ideas. You'll realise that you have your resources, your inner resources, what you've got to offer. You'll realise that, and you'll realise that you've got abilities. You know, the foxes are very clever. You've got abilities, and maybe you're not being properly valued, or that's not being properly appreciated where you are at the moment. But anyway, pile number one, that has been your reading around career and finances. I hope you've liked it. But let's clear it all away and let's do your love and relationships. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going to be happening for you in November in terms of relationships generally, but also love relationships. So I've got these are the cards that I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to ask, get some oracle cards, what's going to be happening for pile number 2 in November in terms of relationships generally and love relationships for November. We have, sexuality. So we have sexuality. Okay, that one. We have, what is going to be happening for pile number 2 in terms of relationships and love and relationships in November, please. Let's see what this one is. Ritual, sweet call, card number 10, and ritual, and 4. Interesting. I've just noticed this snake here. Looks like a cobra, doesn't it? Coming up there. Right, okay. So let's see what else we've got. What is happening for part number 2 in terms of relationships in general and love and relationships. So we have the Six of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. The Devil card again. Now you have the Devil, this is twice. You had the Devil in the career and finances, didn't you, as well? And it's centering your reading here. And it's interesting because I did point out the snake here. So what is going to be going on for card number 2 in relationships and love? We have the Ten of Wands. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Right, okay. And what's at the bottom of the deck? So I just need to get something off my screen there. And then we have the Moon. Okay. Right, let me just take a moment to look at these cards. Ten of Wands, Six of Wands, Six of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Moon. So I feel like for some of you, with the Devil here, I feel like you've got the Devil and the Moon, really. So there might be, in your relationships in November, this, I mean, the Moon is often about confusion. It can be about things not being clear, because you don't see as well in the moonlight as you do in the sunlight. I feel like in your relationships, the cards are asking you to be a little bit wary, really, if I'm honest. I just need to be honest here. I think they're asking you to be a little bit wary. So if you're, in terms of romantic relationships, I feel like there might be certain situations around you which maybe you're being asked to kind of pause on a little bit here with the Seven of Pentacles, because the Seven of Pentacles is about taking a step back and reviewing things, really, because it could be that for some of you, you're involved in situations which maybe aren't fulfilling you emotionally. So it may be that you're involved in situations whereby, because the Devil energy is all about instant gratification. Often it can talk about addictions as well. So for some of you, you might be involved in certain connections or situations where people aren't really appreciating you, and that's why you've got the Seven of Pentacles, because it's this month. I feel like you might take a step back from situations like that, because you'll realise that although they might give instant gratification to some degree, there's something to be wary of here with the snake. There's something they're not fulfilling you, because in the Devil card here you can see this woman here, she's in a very distressed state. So I feel like this month is about you recognizing again in your relationships that there might be certain people around you that are toxic, that are not appreciating you, that are not seeing your value, that are maybe confusing you, that are maybe not giving you the full picture of certain things. And you will decide to take a step back, because you've got the Six of Swords and you've got the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, both ending and beginning the reading. So the Six of Swords is about moving out of strife, so moving out of difficulty. So if you've been in a love situation where it's maybe been a bit cyclical, or it hasn't really, it's been a bit of a hookup, or someone hasn't really appreciated you, they've liked all the physical benefits maybe of the connection, but they haven't really given much else to the connection, then I feel like you'll sort of like realise that, you'll own up to that really this month, and you'll decide, because this card is so peaceful and it's moving away from all of this strife. So this card looks like they're almost moving away on this kind of white swan. It'll be because when you do that, when you decide to take that step back from that, it could be people as well, people that just generally, not necessarily love relationships, but people that haven't got your best interests at heart, that are maybe gossiping or doing things behind your back, or a bit of toxicity. You will have the strength, you will master the situation, Really recognise them, see them for what they are, and move away. Move away from situations or people that are not valuing you, that are not appreciating you, that are, you know, that have got this, that have got underhand motives, really. And I feel like it could be just people in your life, maybe in the workplace or around you. But it also, for some of you, it could be a relationship that you are involved in, which is, it's keeping you in the dark somehow. Maybe it's a hidden or secret situation. Maybe it's a third party situation or something that is not where, you know, that I feel like the other person is maybe getting more benefits from it than maybe you are. And I think this month you will decide, you will realise that. And maybe with the ritual, it's been like something that you've gone back to time and again. It's become a bit of a habit, maybe, you know, because the Devil card can talk about harmful habits. The Ten of Wands is, again, about heaviness, but it's also about ending a tough cycle. So I feel like with the Devil card, with the Six of Swords, this is actually a really hopeful month for you in terms of relationships, because you're kind of like getting rid of the debris, getting rid of the things that no longer serve you, the people that no longer serve you, the situations that no longer serve you, the relationships that no longer serve you. You're becoming more masterful of your emotions, more emotionally intelligent. I'm sure you're emotionally intelligent anyway, but owning up to the reality maybe of what's going on in relationships and only wanting peace and tranquility in your relationships, and you will, that's what you want. See, look at this Seven of Pentacles. You know, this elf or fairy, she's just picking what look to be like these little kind of flowers, don't they? Or they look like little pumpkins actually. Just picking them, just taking her time, just reflecting, looking after herself, enjoying her own company. You know, I say her, it doesn't have to be a her. You know, away from confusion, away from uncertainty, away from doubts and fears, which could have been what's been occupying a lot of your relationships to date. You know, uncertainty, fear, doubts, you know, a disillusionment. And it could have been that, you know, those base elements like, you know, a need for sex or whatever has been sort of the mainstay of certain connections for some of you, and it's just not doing it for you anymore. And now you know, it's been stressful, and now you want to move away from that, and that again will lead to greater success for you, greater personal success, because you'll get rid of you know, any debris, what I call debris, and it'll be the end of a tough cycle. And the Page of Wands, it'll be a new beginning for you, a new start for you. Pages are new beginnings, they're new starts, they're passionate new beginnings. And I feel like with these two little fairies here, I feel like once you let go, these two little fairies or elf spirits or pixie spirits, they're together, aren't they? They're looking at each other. I feel like once you get rid of the unnecessary debris or the people that aren't really wanting to emotionally connect or connect on a deeper level, you will find something. You will find something or someone else. And we've got this little fox family here as well. Let's just expand on that, actually. Let's expand on that one for you. I feel like it's a clearing out for you this month. What's the Page of Wands? Because that's like a new beginning, maybe. What's going on for pile number 2 there? So we have the Magician, yeah. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, look, the Ten of Cups. What did I tell you? So I think once you... I feel like there's a promise, and it's going to start this month. There's a promise of a new situation for a lot of you. If you're in if this is something where you're in a romantic relationship that just isn't doing it for you or isn't treating you properly, I feel like there's a promise of, if you let that go, if you release that, you will realise actually that, you know, you've got choices. Because the Magician card here is about somebody who can manifest. I've got all these people in the background. This girl looking at all these different options and choices. You've got choices. When you go out, when you mix again, when you get yourself in touch with other people, you've got you've got choices. And you become strong again with the Eight of Pentacles here. You get your strength back. Because I feel at the moment, in relationships, there might be something around you that's depleting your energy, that's taking your strength away. And actually, when you release that, and it could go not with romantic relationships, but with other relationships. If you release that negativity that all these toxic situations or this toxic situation is having on your life, and I feel you will do it in November, it will lead to something new happening, something new emerging, something long-term, something good, something loving. But there needs to be a letting go of a shutting the door on things that are just not, that are just toxic, that are just not right for you. But anyway, let's see if we've got maybe some other cards here for you. So what is going on for pile number 2 in terms of their love and relationships? What's going on for them in terms of love and relationships, please, for November? I've got 4 here. What is going on for pile number 2 in terms of love and relationships in November? Value. What have I just said? Value. Value your relationships, but I feel it's like value yourself. I feel there's something about value yourself, and when you value yourself, you can then value your relationship, you can appreciate your relationship. Stability, set a solid foundation, exactly. So letting go of this toxicity to set a solid foundation to master and get yourself into a better place. Past, leave the past in the past, exactly. All these things need to be left in the past. That's why you've got the 6 of Swords. And ahead, I mean, could it be more clear? Ahead, focus on what's in front. Let go, release, focus on what's in front. So there you go, pile number 2. That has been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do consider subscribing, hitting the like button, the notification bell, leaving a comment. I'd love to hear from you. But otherwise, I look forward to hearing you, or seeing you rather, in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So this reading today is your November prediction. So we're going to find out what's going on for you in November in terms of career and finances, but also in terms of relationships generally and love relationships. So I'm using the rune cards today. So you've come into your reading, the general energy of November, with the Thurisaz rune. Here we go. That's represented by the wolf here. Okay, also we have the carnelian stone, beautiful carnelian stone here, and you've got this little charm of the dog. It's interesting that you've got the dog and the wolf here. I've also got a couple of, sorry, let's put your little dog there, a couple of pre-shuffled oracle cards. Let's look at those before we say anything. You've got adjudication, that's interesting. Okay, and take the lead. I mean, I feel like this month you are going to be needing to sort of like stand up for yourself in a way. Here you've got 2 people waiting a decision from a judge. I feel like they're having to state their case, and then there's this person that's got the ability to make a decision. Some of you might be involved in some legal stuff this month here with this judge. So some of you might be, just very specific, some of you might be going through some kind of separation or divorce or something, and you're awaiting a decision, something like that. I feel like there's something about you needing to stand up for yourself to take the lead, because the Thurisaz rune, I mean the wolf, protects its pack, doesn't it? And the dog is also very loyal. So both of these animals are very loyal. Obviously the dog is a little bit more domesticated than the wolf. The wolf is wild, really. So we may have some extremes during this month, maybe some extremes of emotion, something like that maybe for some of you, but let's see what's coming out in the cards. But there's something about protection, needing to protect yourself, needing to protect those around you, or feeling the need to protect those around you. But there is also something about standing up for yourself, standing up, and it could be standing up for your family as well, because the wolf is a pack animal, and the dog is also a domesticated animal that we have at home in the family. So maybe there's something about needing to stand your ground, stand up for yourself, stand up for your family, stand up for those you love, by being by recognising your ability to lead. So maybe you in this month recognise your sort of ability to lead, to be strong. There's a lot of strength in these cards. I feel like this is a month where you're going to be exhibiting your strength, your loyalty, your need to protect, your desire to to hold those dear, to hold those you love, and protect them in some way. I mean, Thurisaz, there is an element of sort of chaos and, you know, certain aggressive energy. So there might be something going on for some of you where there's a bit of an argument or a bit of an issue, or like I say, some sort of legal issue that's going on for some of you, that is, requires you to stand your ground, requires you to state your case, requires you to be strong and firm, loyal to yourself maybe, something like that. But anyway, let's see what else we have. Now, just as also a reminder, it is a general reading, so, just take the messages that resonate and feel right. Hopefully all of the messages will, but if they don't, then maybe it's another reading, or maybe it's another pile for you. That's sometimes, that does sometimes happen. It is a general reading. And also just say thank you so much for tuning into my channel. But I feel like there's a strength in you this month. There's a need for a strength in you this month, and there is a strength in you this month. You will be taking the lead. You will be demonstrating your strength. Nobody's going to be messing with you this month, really. I feel though, to be honest, naturally, because I've been thinking about the dog and the wolf, because they're one and the same thing, aren't they? They're from the same family, but the dog is, like I say, much more domesticated. So I feel like you are somebody who would prefer to be more collaborative, more, naturally you're loving and kind and loyal. But maybe there's something about this month where you have to flip side that to the other extreme, where you have to sort of stand your ground. The wolf isn't afraid of taking the fight to the person, if you like. They're not passive in that respect. So maybe there's something about you, though you might prefer to be kind of more of a dog energy in terms of loyalty and lovingness and all of that, you maybe, there's something about a message for you to sort of like be really like a she-wolf almost, or it doesn't have, when I say she-wolf, I'm talking about an energy, but that, that kind of, that power, the other extreme to the kind of two, these two animals in the same family, if you like. It could be that there's family issues, that there are family, with adjudication here, that there are family issues that you need to stand up for yourself in. That's the other thing. So let's see. First of all, let's find out what's going on for you. That's just a general energy of the month. But let's see what's going on for you in terms of career and finances. What's happening in terms of career and finances for part number 3, please? What is happening for them in November? So we have there the 7 of Wands. And that is a very assertive stance again, isn't it? Somebody who's assertive, taking the lead. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. What do we have? What's going on for part number 3 in terms of career and finances? The World. The Empress. The 2 of Pentacles. What is going on for part number 3 in terms of career and finances? And the 9 of Swords. What have we got at the bottom of the deck? And we have the King of Wands. And I also want a couple of oracle cards as well to see what we have here. What is going on for pile number 3 in terms of career and finances in November? Unexplained wonder. And the Gift of Neutrality. Unexplained wonder. The Gift of Neutrality. I'm going to have one more. What else have we got here? Introspection, the Weasel and Pine. Introspection, the Weasel. You're definitely going to be, I feel like, oh no, this one was left. Let me just see what that is. And stagnation, the lizard and pitcher plant. Stagnation and introspection. Right, okay. Let's just see. Let's put these down here. Maybe let's put them there like that. So we've got them on either side. Let me just take a moment to look at these cards. I feel like with the King of Wands being the overarching energy, in your career and in your working world, there is definitely something about you becoming more confident, taking charge. You might, for many of you, be taking on a position where you're being put in a position of leadership, where you're being put in a position where you are in command of others, that you are taking the lead. Because with the King of Wands and this particular Seven of Wands, the Seven of Wands is generally a card of challenges, but it's challenges that you can overcome. And because of this particular Seven of Wands, I feel like you might be presenting something, you might even be going for an interview or doing something whereby you are, it could be quite challenging, it could be a bit of a challenge for you, but you are coming out on top because you've got the King of Wands. So for any of you that are looking to change jobs or have got a job interview lined up, or have looking to maybe pitch an idea, if it's a business or something like that, it's going to be successful for you. I feel like it's going to be successful for you, but it will be challenging, without a doubt. It will be challenging, but you've got the King of Wands as your overarching energy, so it's a time of you really, I feel like with all these cards as well, there's a lot of strength that you're going to be showing, but you might feel a little bit underconfident at times. Sometimes here, that's what I'm seeing really with the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So they might go for periods in the month where you allow, your thoughts come in, and it's like doubts and fears. But again, actually, funnily enough, with this particular sword, and I think I said this in another reading actually, with this particular image of the Nine of Swords, because the Nine of Swords is really about the nightmare card. It's about having lots of doubts and fears, losing sleep and stress. But in this particular image, this girl has got a very determined look on her face, and she's got her ears covered to all doubts and fears. So again, I feel like, although there might be challenges and stresses for you in terms of this role that you're stepping into, whereby you are taking the lead, you are being powerful, you are standing up for yourself almost, if it's an interview situation or something like that, you're standing up for that, you are pitching yourself. You're not letting any negativity get in the way there. You're not going to let any negative thoughts or distract you. You're going to be very strong in terms of your career. So it's really good news, I think, if you're going for a new job or a promotion, or you're pitching an idea for a business. It's definitely going to, your ability to be strong, to be more the wolf than the dog, to be more go for it really, more than maybe the dog would, to be really kind of fierce, I suppose, ferocious in what you want to achieve, and not let any doubts not let any doubts get in your way. I think that is what you're going to be doing in November. You're going to be going for something. It's going to be a step up, because we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. So I think you're going to be successful if you go for a new job or a new opportunity or a new like I say, a side move within your company or something like that. It's going to be successful because you've got the Queen of Pentacles here and the World, which is like a new beginning, a new cycle, a prosperous new cycle. But it does rely on you, as I said, really not allowing yourself to listen to doubts or fears, just kind of like bulldozing your way through it, really. I feel like you've really got to take charge, take lead, take that step. But there's also room for planning here, because with the Two of Pentacles here, this woman is cooking something up, she's making something, she's looking at the recipe. So I feel like there's a need for research and planning before you move into this new situation, you present this new idea, or you have this new job or whatever, or you go for this interview. There's definitely preparation that you need to do, and you will be doing that this month. But the overarching feeling, the energy of the month, is one of confidence and success. So I feel that you will be confident in success, but it's about you definitely stepping up in terms of your energy, and you're standing up for yourself and really showing people what you are capable of. Let's see what this Unexplained Wonder says. It says, magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All your prayers are answered. Yeah, so I feel like it is coming. There is success. I feel like this month there is definitely success for you, and financial success as well. So it's great if you're going for anything new, or if you're shifting or moving into different departments, or there's a promotion or a new idea for a business or something like that. You're pitching for something. This says gift of neutrality. Balance is at work in your life. Yin and yang are opposites in energy, but reside side by side to create the gift of neutrality. That's interesting because you, like I said, you've got the dog and the wolf. So I feel like there is a balance to you. Definitely, you've got both sides, if you like, of the same coin. But I do feel that in this month, you need to be very assertive. I feel like there's definitely a message for you to be very assertive. Don't allow yourself to stagnate or get caught up in fears or doubts. You just have to go for it. It's definitely a month of going for it in terms of career. And funnily enough, I mean, the carnelian stone as well is about courage. It's about motivation. It's about endurance. So I feel like, things. I feel like things are going to go your way because I feel like this judge is leaning more towards one side. So I feel like things are going to go your way, but you need to stand up for yourself. You need to say your bit, if you like. You need to demonstrate why you should get the favourable decision or the favourable position, something like that. Okay, so in terms of astrological signs, I mean, the Seven of Wands is air, Leo energy. Queen of Pentacles is Taurus. Empress is Taurus. Two of Pentacles is Capricorn. Nine of Swords is Gemini. King of Wands could be any of the fire signs of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So those are just some of the astrological signs that I'm seeing here. Let's see if we can get a couple more charms for career and finance. So I feel like you're definitely going to get that promotion. You're definitely going to get that pitch. You're definitely going to get that, it's there. You've got the creativity. You've got the ability with the Empress here. But I think there's also something like this. I feel like this month is going to be a month of really a lot of passion, a lot of energy, maybe some conflict or some need to kind of to make a stand. So I think with the Empress centering a reading here, there's a need for nurture for yourself. There's a need for self-care, for nurturing yourself, remembering to look after yourself, remembering to give yourself balance, if you like. So we've got, let's see, we've got, what else have we got here for? We've got two here. I'm just going to have a look at these, see what we've got in terms of career. We've got the, so see, the seahorse is very much about going with the flow, and I think that I'm going to put that on the Empress because it just reminds me that with all this heightened energy or a need to stand up for yourself and all the rest of it, there's a need for care, a need for balance, a need for just a need for looking after yourself. And you've got the star, so hopes, wishes and dreams. Wishing on a star. I feel like you're going to get your hopes, wishes and dreams granted for you this month. You're going to get favourable outcomes this month in terms of career and finances. But anyway, that's been the career and finance aspect of the reading. Let's clear this away and get straight to relationships and love relationships. Okay, so let's get straight to what is going on in November for you in terms of relationships generally and also love relationships. So these are the three decks that I'm going to be using. So let's get a couple of oracle cards here. So what is going on for pile number 3 in terms of relationships generally and their love relationships? Please, can you let me know what is going on? That one. Then we're going to have one of these. So what is going on for pile number 3 in terms of their relationships generally and also their love relationships? Let's have a look at these. So we have courage. Now, interestingly, this came out in number 2. It goes really well with all these. It's about having courage, not only just generally in this month. It's going to require you to have courage. You will have courage. You will have strength during this month. You'll show yourself to be somebody who's courageous and strong, and protection. So yeah, I feel like, so in your relationships, and this could have something to do with this Judication card as well, in your relationships, you'll need to protect yourself, you need to be strong, you need to be assertive, you need to stand up for yourself. Something like that. Just generally maybe in your relationships, I feel like a lot of you might be involved in certain legal situations or things that need sorting out or something like that. But anyway, What is going on for pile number 3 in terms of their relationships? They have relationships in November, please. What is going on for them? So we've got the 10 of Cups. What is going on for them? Oh, gosh, all of those have fallen out. Let's see what they are. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, let's put that there for a minute. We've got the Page of Wands. We've got the 10 of Wands. And we've got the Moon. Okay, so funnily enough, the 10 of Wands and the Moon came up in pile number 2 as well, and the Page of Wands did. So let's just see what's going on here. Let's just see at the bottom of the deck. What is going on for pile number? And the star. Funnily enough, you had the star symbol in the star charm. I feel like let's have a little look at these. I feel like there's going to be, funnily enough, even though you've got all of this here going on, I feel like you're going to get great happiness in relationships in November, because you've got the 10 of Cups, and that is an absolute, you know, that is that's the maximum amount of happiness you can get, really. It's like, it's extreme happiness. So I feel like things are really going to work out for you in terms of relationships. I feel like the end of a tough cycle for many of you. So I feel like all of this might be that in this month, like I say, you get good outcomes. There might be things that are only being sorted out, and it's the end of a tough cycle. The 10 of Wands marks the end of something tough. You might have been going through a very tough cycle in terms of relationships, with family, with partners, or just generally, you know, something going on which has maybe dragged on for a long time for some of you. And I think it's coming to an end. I think it's coming to an end. Maybe it's caused some fears. So maybe there's been some fears, some doubts, some worries. Something like that with the Moon card here. Maybe it's just that you can't, where you're at the moment, you just can't see how it could come into a good situation. Yeah, it feels like it would be, you know, you can't see it yet with the Moon, but it is. It's going to be, maybe you're in the thick of something really difficult right now, but it is going to come. It is going to come. This month you're going to have an end of a tough cycle, and it's going to be a beautiful time for you with the 10 of Cups. And with the star being the overarching energy, it's a card of healing. So I feel like in many of your relationships, particularly if there's something going on with one specific person, or you're involved in something with people that involves sorting out possibly legal stuff, there's some healing going on here for you, definitely, because the star card is about healing, it's about hope, it's about wishes coming true, dreams coming true. So I feel like in your relationships as well, you're going to get some good outcomes here. The Page of Wands is centering your reading, and it's about a new beginning for you in relationships. Maybe a passionate new beginning, maybe a new start in something. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles right next to it. So for some of you, you might be beginning something, a new relationship with somebody here, with the Knight of Pentacles here. Somebody who's solid, stable, reliable. It could be moves, it could start off slowly, it could move slowly, but it could be something to do for some of you where there's a work situation with the 8 of Pentacles here. And it's going to turn into some sort of romance. So maybe it's a work crush or something like that. And I feel like for some of you, that is going to emerge slowly as a new chapter for you, a new beginning, something new starting. So that's something exciting to look forward to. For those of you that, particularly around work, that have their eye on somebody at work, and it's going to actually move into slowly into a new phase, a new start, and I think that's going to make you feel really, really happy. It's almost like a dream come true, a wish come true. But certainly for some of you, just generally in relationships, I feel like there is going to be a lot of healing to relationships. What's underneath the star? We have the 7 of Pentacles, yeah, and I think the 7 of Pentacles, I think there's a lot in this reading for you to check out pile number 2 if you feel drawn to pile number 2, because this also came out in pile number 2. So I feel like you are going to be much more relaxed. I feel like when you get a good outcome, and I think you are going to get a good outcome to a lot of things this month, you'll feel more relaxed with the 7 of Pentacles here. You'll be able to take a step back, you'll be able to breathe, because I feel like you're going to have an awful lot of energy this month. There's going to be a need for you to stand up for yourself, like I said, to fight your corner. But once you've done that, I feel like it will just lead to you feeling more healed. The Seven of Pentacles, you'll be able to relax, you'll be able to take it easy, you'll be able to just enjoy things again. I think maybe it's been a bit stressful for you up until now. Maybe the beginning of November will still be a little bit stressful, but once you get those good outcomes, maybe there's been a lot of, like I say, a lot of with the moon here, a lot of fears, a lot of doubts, a lot of worries. But I think you're protected this month. I think you're definitely protected this month from spirit, and it's going to kind of lead to good outcomes for you. For some of you, I feel like it's going to be a new situation that's going to slowly emerge, a new relationship, a new love relationship for you, particularly maybe around the work situation. But if you've been having as well difficulties in work, for example, around work relationships, I feel like they're going to improve. I feel like they're going to get better. They are going to heal, really. Maybe through, maybe, I just noticed as well, in this web, there's all these little stars. Isn't that interesting? All these little stars. So I feel like if you're involved in anything on the internet, any social media type situations that have been difficult, I feel like there's going to be a lot of healing this month around that. There's going to be a lot of, you're central to it, and I feel like there's a lot of healing going on for you for this month in terms of any difficulties that there might have been with online relationships or something like that. That could also be going on for some of you. What else do I see here? There's definitely going to be passion. I feel like for a lot of you there's going to be passion. Maybe for some of you, because I've just noticed as I said that I saw the word take the lead. So maybe for some of you this is about you taking the lead, possibly with certain connections, with certain relationships. Again, being assertive. Going for it, possibly having the courage. Maybe it's not for everyone, but I just saw that phrase as I saw the page of wands, which is a new passionate beginning. Also, it's about communication and messaging. So maybe there's something about taking the lead on that for some of you that would lead to healing, improving relationships, improving the situation somehow. But definitely with the moon card coming under protection, I feel like your spirit guides are protecting you with all of this that's going on right now. But let's see if we've got any other message cards for you. Pile number 3 in terms of relationships. What is going on for pile number 3 in November in terms of their relationships generally and love relationships? What have we got? So we've got 3 here. Let's have a look at these ones. We have got mistakes. We all make mistakes. So maybe there's something that's happened, some mistake, and maybe there's some, now you're moving into maybe forgiveness, to resolutions, positive outcomes, maybe a recognition that, sometimes we're human, we don't always get things right. New beginnings. What did I say? A new beginning is emerging for you in relationships. Look forward to a new beginning. I feel like there might be a new relationship for some of you going on here. Return. Someone from your past may return. Maybe there's a reconciliation. And that is a new beginning for you, a return to something or someone, an outcome, a more positive outcome for you. Okay, is there anything else that I feel like there's one more charm that I want to get. I didn't do this in any of the other 2, but I feel like I want to get one more charm for you. Let's see what we've got in terms of love and relationships for pile number 3. What have we got? We have got, you see, we've got a dog coming up twice. So that's interesting, isn't it? We've got a little dog coming up twice. So maybe there's renewed loyalty, or maybe this new beginning is going to give you loyalty, is going to give you someone you can trust, someone you can rely on, something like that, because that is what a dog really is, gives you loyalty, trust, reliability, and love, lots of love. And anyway, pile number 3, that's been your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do show your support by subscribing, hitting the like button, leaving a comment, the notification bell, all of that just really means a lot. Thank you so much and have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.